As things have moved on, I wanted to do a quick update on meeting options and presentation options in Teams meetings. So here we have the organizer options, and over here is a visitor to the meeting who can, at the moment, unmute. Now, if you want to adjust the meeting options within the meeting, you can press the ... menu and press the meeting options in the menu, and over on the right-hand side, the meeting options pop out. So I can immediately allow the attendees to unmute or turn that off, and as soon as I save that option, the attendee is now no longer able to unmute themselves. Now, one of the most important things to do with meetings is to make sure that we can present our content. So now down to the meeting presentation options. If I pop up to the Share Content button, down at the bottom, we have the options available. It's important to tick off Include Computer Sound if you want to do anything like, for example, showing a YouTube video live from your computer. Now, the options include full desktop. Now, be careful of sharing your full desktop because anything like email notifications and also the icons you have on your toolbar and the icons that you have on your desktop will be seen by students. The other big drawback of the desktop sharing option is that everything is much, much smaller. So you have to make sure that your content is really large on screen. The more common option is to share a window. And one great reason for sharing your desktop browser window is that you can resize it so it's reasonably small, and you can line up the tabs to cover the content you want to show in your meeting. Now, obviously, if you have a PowerPoint presentation to show, you can load that PowerPoint presentation up and show that in a window. And there's more of that in the PowerPoint options video that's already in the playlist. One of the big problems with sharing any content is the fact that our home internet connections in particular are much, much slower in their upload speed than in their download speed, often only 10% as fast. And this means that sharing things like video is very problematic. The experience of the students at the other end of you showing a PowerPoint with a video embedded in it is going to be pretty poor. So Teams now shows recent PowerPoint presentations that you've opened up from Office 365 in a little stack on the right-hand side. And you can also browse and upload from your computer directly, and also select a presentation from OneDrive. Now, if I select a presentation that I've used recently, you'll see that as soon as I start that presentation, my first slide will appear on my screen, and also the presentation will be streamed directly to the student. Now, at the student end, it's possible for the student to go through the presentation all by themselves without you clicking through at all. If on the presenter end you press this little eye icon, then it forces the student to see the slide that you're currently on, and you can then walk them through the presentation, and you can have complete control over the order in which things appear. You can also have embedded video in your presentation. Now, if you press play on your end, that doesn't mean that the presentation will play at the student's end. So that's why I've loaded onto this slide instructions for the student to press play. Now, you can do that at the same time, and you can make sure that the students are aware of how long the video can be. The benefit of this method is that the video is presented to the student directly from YouTube or from Microsoft Stream or wherever the video has been embedded. The disadvantage is that you have to trust that the students are pressing play and watching the video rather than directly seeing the video from your screen. But the advantages in terms of quality and not having to worry about your internet connection being used up may be beneficial. Now, it's hoped that eventually the video being played in your screen will trigger the video to be played in the student screen. So we think during February, the presenter screen will also appear on Teams. So you'll be able to see the whole of your slide deck and also your slide notes as you're presenting a presentation, as shown in this little preview video. So I hope that's been useful. Keep feeding back ideas, and we can feed those to the Microsoft team at the other end.